Welcome to part 2 of rook endings. In this second part I want to show you the Philidor position. We are looking right now at the Philidor position. In part 1 we saw the Lucena position, and the Lucena position, if you remember, was a position, it was this one, in which the white king is standing in front of his own pawn, and then we saw that white could, what we called, build a bridge this way. Okay, that's the way, was the way for white to win this Lucena position. But right now, go back to the initial position. It's not the white king that's standing in front of his own pawn, it's the black king that's blocking the white pawn. So the black king is very well placed over there in front of this white pawn, prevents him from advancing. So in this position, it's black to move, and the first move of black is a very important one. Black can achieve a draw in this position, the Philidor position, but it's important to understand how to do it. The first move is very important. It's rook to h6. Actually, this rook is cutting off the way for the white king, because the white king cannot cross this line of the 6th rank, you see. So this first move is very important. Now what can white do? He can go to g7, give a check. The black king goes to the back rank, rook a7, and then black simply waits by playing his rook to g6. Still, the 6th rank is a no-pass zone for the white king, but of course there is a way that white can try to cut this line, and that is by playing his own pawn from e5 to e6. And that's exactly what black wants, because now black is moving his rook to g1, and the idea of black is to start giving checks from this back rank, from here. Okay, and the white king cannot hide in front of his own pawn, because the white pawn has moved too much forward. So here, if white, let's say, goes with his rook to a4 in order to put his rook in front of his own king when the check is given, in that case black goes with the king to e7, threatening to attack one more time the pawn. So then white has to play rook to a7 to force the black king to move back to the back rank. And then if white goes with his own king to d6, threatening mating 1, then black's plan starts working. Black gives checks from the 1st rank, and there is no way that white can escape to these checks. Now if white tries to walk towards the rook, then it's easy, because then the pawn falls. I'll go back to the initial position, this one. Maybe you think, okay, if those checks with the rook from the 1st rank are so important, why not do it at first? Well, I'll show you why it doesn't work. Because if we go like this, let's say white gives a check to force the black king to the back rank, and then white has to save his own rook, and now if black wants to give this back rank checks, the difference is that the pawn is standing on e5, so the king can hide in front of his own pawn, you see. And if we move a few moves further, we see that white tries and succeeds in building up a Lucena position this way, you see. and then the white can win by, building this bridge again, because we have the Lucena position. This is the way to win for white, and that is why the first move should be rook to h6. The idea, one more time, is to force black to move his pawn to e6, because then we can start giving these checks and the white king cannot hide in front of his own pawn. Okay, have a look at this video a few times if you like, and maybe it's a good idea if you put this position against the computer or play it and practice it against a friend, because black can hold this draw if you do it the correct way.